as the wave Gotik Treffen is coming nearer, I decided to introduce a new series on my channel today. I will be referring to any kinds of upcoming band announcements which come officially from the WGT. I will also be talking in this new series about all kinds of secret treasure announcements which aren't officially realized or which aren't officially announced by the WGT, which is most important for all of us. Because I will be attending WGT, I am kind of in a desperate mood because I have so many things to learn in university. I at least hope that I can just be present there, especially also for seeing all the different bands to which I either already lost my heart to because I didn't know their music previously, or which I have been always waiting to see finally live. Without further ado, let's right to begin with the first 4 waves of band announcements for the Wave Gotik Treffen 2020. I must confess I'm not particularly familiar and kind of influenced by the neo-folk music creation style. I haven't heard those artists in particular a lot before. As soon as I typed in one band name which has been announced some days ago and which was called By the Spirits, I must confess I just lost my heart completely. It actually is a solo project which is only composed by one highly talented musician who is coming from Poland, and this is possibly one of the greatest reasons for you to visit this concert, because especially if you're living far away from Europe, especially if you're living in the US and you're coming for the WGT and you're interested in neo-folk, just visit this band. It is mesmerizing. As I am a huge nature appreciator, I think that it is distinctive in the musical style of this amazing band how close their relations towards nature's spirits and nature's forces are. And the exact emotionality which I'm experiencing when I'm listening to this exact band is always flowing in my mind when I'm just walking around in the forest thinking about my new inspirations for artistic projects, for the reason that the artist is exactly referring to those kinds of forces, and nature's domination on the human being itself is just overly impressive. And this is one huge reason for me to consider this exact concert of By the Spirits as the concert I'm most looking forward to at the moment.
Searching for this place that I saw in my dreams. That's my secret, that's my mystery. I keep it deep in my heart, among the trees, through the darkened road. I still walk. Can you see me searching for this place? Land of
By the Spirits is a complete new kind of musical experience because we discover this sense of seeking shelter and kind of lonesomeness, of course also poetry, between the trees just by listening. From a spiritual point of view, I must confess it is one of the greatest projects I have ever listened to. And from a musical point of view, the strumming passages of the singer give us this kind of acoustic feel which I am most looking forward to see live. It even gets accentuated by some few keyboard melodies which give us the essential feel of being close to the sounds which can actually also be produced by nature itself. So the next band that you absolutely don't have to miss is the band IKON. IKON is an Australian dark wave kind of goth rock post-punk band with many influences and a definite and one-of-a-kind musical style that you won't miss ever again if you once listen to one of their songs. But be prepared to be confused if you're typing in the band name. So I typed it in just to be sure it was the band which I have been adoring for many years from Australia, and I was typing in the band name and there was a band from Korea. I was just totally shocked. I haven't been exposed to those kind of K-pop bands before. If you appreciate these types of music, I'm perfectly fine with it, but I was just a bit shocked because I was expecting the utter darkness and it was just filled with Korean pop bands. So I was kind of confused in the beginning, but if you're scrolling further and further on and you're typing in Australia as well, then you will discover the right band, which has mesmerized us with many songs such as The Empty World.
I think the feeling has gone away. What did I ever do? Did I turn my back on you? I gave you everything I ever had. And tell me, wasn't that enough for you? The feeling has gone away. Emptiness fills each day.
So as we have possibly all heard a lot from this band originally, because it is considered one of the greatest Australian bands in the entire genre. As soon as I listened to one song, which was called The Fallen back then, I was completely in love with their sound.
Winter has fallen. Time must decay. Our chains have broken. The lost today.
So for the reason that this band has realized and published a huge variety of different albums and introducing all of them and all songs which I adore, which is because those are many, would explode my video range today. I would love to introduce a final jam from this band.
I'm sure I can break the cycle. And for once, I'll be free. I gotta try and find a way. I gotta find a way to get away. I gotta try and find a way. I gotta find a way to get away.
The guitar-driven goth rock sounds, intertwined with a definitely darkened voice of the singer, which I adore so much, just is made to be succumbing to. And I'm pretty sure the atmosphere in their sounds will be expressed just mesmerizingly on stage. So the next band, which I absolutely have to include, if you never heard of them, don't worry, because I used to be in the same position as you about kind of 1.5 years ago. Funhouse is a Swedish goth rock band. Now we are exclusively referring to the second wave of gothic rock. Funhouse has originally been founded in 1986, but one of my all-time favorite album treasures of them is possibly the 1993 Never Again, which is this one, and it does include songs like It Won't Happen Again. This is a song to which I just poorly lost my heart to.
It won't happen again. It won't happen again, I swear. It won't ever happen again. 'Cause I won't trust you.
The song builds up a very overly thrilling guitar goth rock kind of line sound sphere that I would say it does count to one of the greatest goth rock songs that has ever been created. But apart from this, special news from the band itself, from the band members, because the band is currently working on new material. One of the songs which they have been inserted in the online universe as a demo version, kind of demo recording, is a song which is called Do You Love Me? It is the rehearsal version. is what we can most definitely look forward to when it comes to the new releases of the band, as well as possible new songs which they are going to be playing live at WGT when we are present, of course.
Your protection, will you fly away tonight? The keeper calls your name.
So next, we will be skipping to a band, and as soon as I read the band name in my official mailbox for my email account, I was frightened in a very positive way, because I never expected that I would have the possibility to attend one of their concerts ever, and this feels just like a dream coming true. Nosferatu are coming to WGT 2020. So if you have never heard of the band before, by introducing this classic, I am pretty sure also you will lose your heart right away to this band.
You don't exist no more. You don't exist no more. Trading good for evil, trading trees for rubber. Time will be rewritten. All my work and all my art will be undone.
The band has originally been founded in 1988, has reached the status of one of the most successful and of course highly talented bands within the entire gothic rock genre, and especially referring to the beginning of the 90s. Unfortunately, the band history has been cursed by many changements, internal changements and replacements within the lineup and among the band members, but this hasn't at all in their entire music making period once affected their music making and the result of their albums, because they have been throughoutly majestic, and this is such a truly stunning challenge which they have been able to face. The band does initially come from South London, Harrow and Northwood. The current lineup has been accomplished by the amazingly talented musicians Tim Vick, who is the singer of the band. Damien DeVille, of course, he's still playing lead guitar. The only member who is left from the original 1988 lineup, Belle Starr, who is playing drums, as well as Thumb, who is playing the bass guitar. The band has actually already performed a couple of times at WGT, also in 1999, which is my birth year. It wasn't possible, I wasn't even born at that time, because I had my birthday in August, so I was just not existent then. But as we hear with a serious edition from Enchanted Escape, I would not dare to not include the song Enchanted Tower, which appeared on the 1994 album The Prophecy, which is one of the true gems in my physical music collection.
One will disappear today. She walks in her enchanted tower, blaze with fire as the sun goes down. She thinks that she is safe from danger, and she walks the long way down.
When it comes to their newer albums and kind of newer releases, I would love to pay a darkened and most precious tribute to the very addicting and darkened sound spheres of the song Bombers, which appeared on the single Black Hole in 2012. So you perfectly observe how much we all are looking forward to the concert, of course. It also appeared on the majestic 2011 released album Wonderland. Another band to which I'm very looking forward to is a band coming from New York originally, which has had a period without releasing any kinds of new albums, and their fans worldwide are still totally in sorrow why this band didn't continue with their music period, and they will perform an official special tribute concert at WGT this year. to kind of reform their musical forces and musical styles from the past, because the last actual full album took place in 2005, and this is just a very long period where we haven't heard anything of this band. And I must confess, I didn't know them before, but as soon as I tuned in to the song Return of the Living Dead in combination with the Enchanting music video, I was just fully addicted with those musicians.
You're like a stranger trying to connect with me, and we always fail. Keep trying, and we're washed away on a desert sea. You say more, you say less, all at once.
The band really has a unique and one-of-a-kind musical style. A spirit of the 21st century gets them blended with a definite sense for alternative pop kind of structures within the instrumental development, and also the vocal expression style, which kind of yet reminds us of bands such as The Editors, U2, or even New Order. One of my secret favorite songs is called Dawn of the Idols, with its introduction of the purest form of post-punk delight. And by the way, some special side information, they have been playing at the famous Murder of the Crows festival last year alongside Sombre and many other great artists. The amazing Russian band Brandenburg. I'm not perfectly sure I'm pronouncing this in a German way right now. Perhaps they are just pronouncing it Brandenburg. Perhaps they are saying something else. Have you already checked out their B-side to the album Lines, which has officially been published on their Bandcamp account? If you didn't already, please do so. Leave my video now and skip to those B-sides. They are so gorgeous. Especially in those B-sides, they keep the special feel and atmosphere of the 80s alive. This is a very important treasuring process, which not just every single musician or artist is able and capable of realizing. For all those of you who didn't know the band before, they have been formed in 2010 in Moscow. The current full album, Holy Places, has this mesmerizing artwork, is filled with a fast-paced yet soothingly dreamy lines, with a definite blend of those 80s spirits, reminding us, and in the style of a modern, redefined and re-emerged kind of Joy Division melody structure, while confronting those kinds of influences and those kinds of crossovers with vocals which I wouldn't dare to compare with any other musician. The eponymous song Holy Places mesmerizes us also in a visual way, which is reflecting our true selves in the fast-paced life and everyday city routine. This has been the first episode of our music introduction series for the WGT 2020. As soon as the next 4 or 5 bands waves will be announced, or even earlier, if there are many bands which I have to introduce. I will of course continue with the second edition to guide you through the huge variety of bands, which might sometimes be about 300, to guide you, especially when you're listening to the broad field of music in the kind of darker genres which are more fitting to the 80s than those kinds of modern electronically composed kind of structures. I'm just not that fond of those kind of things. I do adore synth pop, as you can possibly see in the background, but I'm just not that fond of those kinds of more electronically techno kind of structures, and especially when it comes to Neue Deutsche Härte. As the excitement for the WGT continues, have an enchanting day. Keep on sharing the underground bands. As always, see you soon.
Please forgive me, my love. I wish I could.